What's up, guys? Gaonan here, and welcome to episode 9 of Drafting to Masters. If you've missed any of the past episodes, I've linked them in the top right corner of this video. I started this series for two reasons. The first was to share my draft knowledge, and the second was to have some fun. Each month since the release of Fall of Argenport, I've been in the top 50 with about a 60% win rate at the end of the month. I've loved hearing from you guys saying that this series has been a lot of fun to watch and encouraged you to make your own climb to Masters. Keep the feedback coming. I love hearing it and just am really excited to share my love of draft with you all. Without further ado, let's get into another draft. Pack one, pick one. We don't have very many exciting things here. The rares and the uncommons are pretty underwhelming. Lethrai Blade Whirl is the most exciting common, probably followed by Warpainter. So I'm probably between Blade Whirl, Warpainter, and Mistress of Light. And I think I'll just take the Blade Whirl here. Arbalest, not so great. They did nerf it by 1 health, which I don't think is that big of a change. Rabid Yeti's okay. Changey Stick is clearly the best card, so gonna take it here. I'm just gonna take the Scavenging Spike back here since I want to be in Primal given this second pick Changey Stick, and not really too sure on our second color yet, so I think Spike back is the pick here. So more Primal coming through. I probably like Snowfort Trumpeter over Lethrai Darkstalker, but Darkstalker is pretty decent. They're both basically 3-drops. We could get into the Feln Nightfall deck here, so maybe it's worth picking Darkstalker here. Hot Blood is also very good. It's one of my favorite 2-drops. Maybe we're in Skycrag over Feln. But if I take Darkstalker, I remain the most open, so I think I'll just take it here. Delinquent is an okay 2-drop. Shiver is like pseudo removal and keeps Darkstalker turned on, so maybe pretty good for the Feln Nightfall deck. I'd say it's between those two. I don't really like Territorial Elf very much. I'm going to take the more consistent Delinquent here over Shiver. That's a very late Crown Watch standard, maybe a sign that Justice is open, but we didn't see any Justice in the last packs, but that could have been an anomaly. The other cards are really underwhelming, so I'm just going to take Crown Watch standard here. Maybe we move into Huru or Argenport. Pyre Elemental is okay. Petition is decent for splashing. Shiver is okay for the Nightfall deck, and Shamanic Blast is okay. I think I'm just going to take the Petition actually and stay relatively open. Another Petition, another Lethrai Blade Whirl. Fire cards coming through and another time card. Neither are impressive. Just going to take Blade Whirl here. Encouragement I don't love. After Image did get buffed, but that type of effect is really a finisher, so you want it towards the end of the game. Otherwise you might not want to warp it off the top of your deck unless you have like infiltrate guys sitting around or something. But maybe it's worth taking here over Warpainter. Is the only other card I would take, I think. Yeah, I'll take After Image here. Grand Form is not a great trick, but it is a trick nonetheless, so I'll take it here. Arachnodon's fine. And Grit is not going to be good. Holy cow. Silverwing Commander is definitely a bomb, maybe enough to pull us into Huru. Hero of the People is more like high roll stuff. Ravenous Thorn Beast is okay, but yeah, we're just going to take the 4/4 flyer for 5 for sure. So we've got interesting choices here. We could take Gorgon Fanatic. We've got Lightning Strike, which is pretty good removal. Stalker, which moves us more into the Huru plan. Moonlit Gargoyle, which keeps us on the Fell Nightfall plan. So I'm just going to take the Lightning Strike because we know we're going to be, well, we don't know we're going to be in Primal, but I'm pretty certain we're going to be in Primal more than we're going to be in Shadow. And this Silverwing Familiar really pulls us towards the Justice side of things, so I don't really want to take the Gargoyle here. So yeah, Lightning Strike it is for me. Alright, some good Justice cards coming through. Unstable Form is even like pseudo removal, but I always like Bright Mace Paladin. Just a solid card and gonna take it here. Stone Scar Banner doesn't help us splash anything. We're either looking at Legionnaire or Militant here, and I'm gonna play the Militant, I think, before I play this Legionnaire. Dark Return is splashable, potentially worth it. There's also Duskcaller, Dispel, Combre Banner. I'm going to pick this Dark Return. It could be that we end up in a 3-color deck, and I don't mind splashing for Dark Return. It's very powerful. We could just pick up Crafty Yeti here, which is probably the pick. Other choices are Flashy Duelist or Alchemical Blast, probably. I think I'm going to pick the Crafty Yeti here. I'm a little worried about our 2-drop situation. We don't really have any yet if we aren't in Shadow, so that is concerning. Spirit Blade Stalker is the best card in the pack, and I think it'll be what we pick here. Alright, so we see a 2-drop in Justice, so we like that. We'll take another 2-drop over the Jump Kick. Alchemical Blast is fine. And then just autopilot picks here. Wow. Finest Hour, Rapid Shot, Ravenous Thorn Beast, Hero of the People. Remember that Shadow is likely our splash, so let's kind of take out some of these Shadow cards just so we can focus ourselves a little bit. So that would put us between Finest Hour and Hero of the People. I mean, the power of Finest Hour is more consistent. Tundra Explorer is also worth considering, but I think I'm just going to take the Finest Hour here. Tricks are really important in this format, and Finest Hour is either the best or second best one, I would say. Torgov is an awesome pickup here. Another Rapid Shot coming through. Bring Down is good removal. Reinvigorate is also a good trick. So, but Torgov is like bomb level stuff, so we'll take it. Arc Sentry is amazing for us. Really happy to see that. Frontier Confessor is very good. I think it's better than the banner and better than another Scaly Gruon. Yeti Snowslinger is a very welcome 2-drop. I would like this Islands Intervention, but considering our 2-drop situation, I think we're forced to take Yeti Snowslinger here. But this does deal with flyers, and that's pretty much it. So here we have a choice between Aerial Ace and Stalwart Shield. Let's look at a quick unit count. So we have 14 units, so I don't think it's that important for us to pick up the Aerial Ace. I like the Stalwart Shield because it works well with Bright Mace Paladin. Also just works well with other guys too, so I'm going to pick the Stalwart Shield here. So we could take Kyrex here to keep the Darkstalker turned on. Could also take Kopesh, potential finisher. A 3/3 weapon on a flyer is pretty good too. Another way to turn on Bright Mace Paladin. I think I've actually convinced myself to pick the Kopesh. If I don't pick the Kyrex here, I don't know if we're going to play this Darkstalker, but maybe we still do, so... But yeah, I think Kopesh is good enough here. You know, on a enraged Arachnodon, game's pretty much over at that point, so. Reinvigorate's a nice pickup here. Won't play the Herald song, but we'll pick it anyway. And these are just autopilot picks. Before we get into this pack, let's look at our unit count, see where we're at, what are we needing in this last pack. Kind of the question here is how much better does Arbalest make our deck? We have 13 or 14 units at this point. Discipline pick would probably be Spikeback, but we're really high on 4-drops. I would like to get something other than a 4-drop. Surgeon Saw also potentially splashable, but honestly, I don't think we're going to want a third color. We've got quite a few double Justice and double Primal cards, so adding a third color just hurts our consistency. Not that we're aggressive in this deck, but still hurts consistency. And given that I don't have any of these yet, I am just going to take this Unraveler of Destinies instead of one of these higher cost cards. So here I'm going to pick Trumpeter. We don't have anything with Echo that'll synergize with the Portent Reader, so this is unlikely to come down on turn 2. It's really a turn 3 or turn 4 drop. I like it here. Guard Dog seems like the right pick here. Huddle Together is also okay, but we're pretty low on units, so I think we need bodies. I don't think there are enough good ways to use the Torrential Downpour, so yeah, we'll just take Rotor Cycle. Advanced Scout is fine. It's a flyer, it's a 3-drop, so we still need those bodies. Another Crown Watch standard is really great for us. Purge Leader is a really nice pickup here. Better than Shiver for us. Man, these are some pretty solid cards coming through, not in our colors. We'll just take the final shot. Entangling Vines is probably better in a more aggressive deck, but it could just be used to slow down your opponent as well, so I think I am going to take it here over another Gaonan form or a Gift of Battle. Not playing Grit, not playing Grit, and a Wall Breaker. So we ended up with 19 units, 3 attachments, and 7 spells, really 9 if you count the 2 Crown Watch standards. So we've got a couple of cuts to make here and we'll be good to go. The most concerning thing at the moment is just our lack of 2-drops. We've got 3 2-drops basically. Snowfort Trumper doesn't really count as a 2-drop anymore because of the double primal cost. So if we cut Darkstalker, we probably cut Militant and then just call it a day. Because we've got Petition for a power. We've got 2 Crown Watch standards. So I think this is probably right where we want to be. The curve looks a lot better than it actually is because you've got these 2 cost spells in here. So let's get the power added into the deck. Nothing beyond those standards. 10 primal seems like a lot. 9-9 split seems right, especially since we don't really want to play this Crown Watch standard. We'd rather hold them to be spells, but we'll see if that's in the cards. The double primal we have is the Trumpeter and Torgov. Then we have double Justice on 5 and 6. So we do need the double primal earlier, but I think this is the right split for the deck. Before we get into the games, just want to say I appreciate you guys watching the drafting and deck building portion of this episode, and looking forward to getting into some games and seeing how this deck does.